My name is Sueli Bonaparte, and I am the founding president of the Brazil, Florida Business Council. Today, we start a new series called Leadership in Time of Crisis.
That sounds great. And it's our great pleasure to support the Brazil, Florida Business Council. Sueli, thank you so much for all you've done. Your promotion is pretty amazing. So Lennar is a home builder. We are the largest home builder in the hemisphere. I like to say that. But Lennar was founded here in Miami in 1954. We've built and delivered over 1 million homes around the United States. My job at Lennar is to run our international program. I get to work with people all over the world, including Brazilians.
So the first question has to do with your employees, your teams. How are they doing? How they're keeping informed what's going on, and how you are keep them engaged throughout this crisis.
Even though we at Lennar International, I think we're dealing with the virus very early. In late January and throughout February, we saw its immediate impact on our businesses, particularly in Asia. We had some time to deal with it in the month of February. But Lennar as a corporation really got impacted hard on March 2nd when we lost one of our associates to the virus. Very close in time to that day, our offices shut down throughout the United States, and we immediately went online. And I will tell you, it was an immediate adjustment, but because of the way our company decided to deploy this online experience, I think it became a very productive opportunity for us right from the beginning. Very rapidly, our focus was on the health and safety of our associates first and foremost. And so that was getting them out of the offices, getting them into their homes so that they could be in a shelter in place environment that was safe and clean and healthy for them and their families. Our first month was all about the health and safety of our associates and ensuring that our critical operations in the field could continue moving.
Do you think that the new normal, the new reality has to be adjusted as a result of that? And how Lennar is doing to keep the business going with the new normal?
We were very focused on the health and safety of our trade partners who are out in the field building our homes and helping us deliver those homes. And of course, our customers and ensuring that they had a safe experience with us as well. And directly to your point, this pandemic has moved our business practices ahead by years. It is the thing that forced disruption throughout our organization. It forced us to use technology and develop new technology to help us not only with our sales process, but our construction process. We've implemented virtual tours where literally you can see any of our homes without ever even visiting them if you don't want to go to them, and you know exactly what you're going to get. Real-time guided tours, real-time self-tours. We basically enabled the customer to do everything that they wanted or needed to do in connection with the home buying process in a safe way. And the response was fairly remarkable. I don't have to recount it here, but if you just take a look at our recently announced earnings, it was a very weird quarter, a very strange quarter, but from a business perspective, a very strong quarter as well, as we continued to deliver homes that people really want and need, as we see tremendous flight from urban centers into suburban single-family detached living.
So in regards to the impact of COVID-19 on the real estate market in the United States, do you think that this industry will rebound after the crisis?
So the demand for residential real estate, and particularly single-family homes, is really off the charts right now. And this demand had been building against a significant production deficit that has continued to manifest itself in the United States after the global financial crisis. There is a tremendous lack of existing home supply. And so you've got an incredible amount of shrinking existing home supply in the United States, while the new home production is still beneath the pre-global financial crisis levels. So from a residential real estate standpoint, you can look at a macro level across the United States and see tremendous strength. Of course, if you look at commercial real estate that's related to the hospitality and travel industries, that real estate, to your question, is the one that is a head scratcher. It's very difficult to know how those sectors come back and when they come back. Very difficult place to be in right now.
Well, that gets to that point. Exactly 1 year ago, you gave an interview for CNBC, and you said that foreign buyers were looking for the US residential real estate market for long-term stable investments. Has your position changed due to the current crisis?
The factors that made American residential real estate a strong, attractive investment for people all around the world a year ago are even more important and amplified today, as this supply-constrained environment is the thing that is in most demand for people who are repositioning for what is going to be a post-pandemic, digitally driven, virtually focused world where we're going to be interacting like this for a long time, right? I think international travel is going to take a while to come back. And in the meantime, this is the way we're going to interact. And the best way to do this kind of interaction is when you have the space, the quiet, the distance in your own home to be able to work and work productively and effectively. So all of those reasons and many more are why the US is still the top residential real estate investment destination in the world.
So in regards to the USA, with the current immigration policy and some trade frictions between the USA and China, do you think that the Chinese real estate market also is not doing that great? So do you think that that will affect, because I know that China is a major player for Lennar?
I do believe that in this short term, things are going to be pretty rocky between the US and China, right? The campaign rhetoric for our elections this November is going to ramp up and inject more friction into the US-China relationship. It is an opportunity for countries like Brazil that already have healthy relations with China to, frankly, enhance those relations and to have a closer relationship with China. Certainly China wants that. And I think the United States policy toward China right now is creating some problems that the US would rather not have in countries like Brazil, where choices have to be made. And you're not going to be likely to bite the hand that feeds you. And the Chinese-Brazilian relationship is one of those kinds of relationships that's mutually beneficial for both of them. And as US policy toward China gets more and more friction-oriented, I would imagine you'll see a closer relationship between China and Brazil, not a more distant one.
How do you envision this relationship, Lennar and Brazil?
Look, our relationship with Brazil is extremely tight and extremely deep. We look forward to actually working with more Brazilian businesses so that we can help service their associates, their employees through our global partners programs.
How do you envision that? Do you think that the market will continue to increase with Brazilian buyers?
Even though we are close to Brazil, right, you still have to get on an airplane. And I think one of the things that is going to be very telling and will give all of us a lot more information about our Brazil, Florida business connections, is how the aircraft industry gets back on its feet and how air travel recovers from not only a travel and leisure standpoint, but a regularized business standpoint, right? That's one of the things that makes Florida such a great place for Brazilians, is this just easy to get here. That kind of connectivity needs to resurrect itself in order for us to really be able to answer that question.
What are your views on the short and long-term impacts of COVID-19 on the residential real estate market, and what are the lessons learned from this crisis?
It may be too early to know the lessons learned, but I'll start with that and say that one of the critical lessons we learned very early on is you have to move rapidly, you have to be decisive, you have to be willing to disrupt your business, you have to be willing to take a leadership role within your business for that disruption. Residential real estate is a good place to be. It's a strong investment opportunity. It's an escalating price environment. It's a high demand, low supply scenario that is going to continue to play out for the foreseeable future. So
is Lennar envision preparing for a future crisis that will affect again your constituencies?
We do believe that preparedness is critical and over communication is critical. And so it's something we watch every single day, and we will not do anything to sacrifice or harm the health of our associates, our trade partners, or our customers. At the same time, we are delivering an essential service, so we don't expect to see any disruption in our business.
So I appreciate your time and sharing your insights, and thank you so much for participating in this new series of the Brazil Florida Business Council. So thank you very much, everybody. Stay safe and have a great summer.
Thank you very much. Go Brazil Florida Business Council. Thank you.